So just a couple months ago in August, we got the deluxe to the Kid LAROI's album The First Time, and that was shortly followed up in October with the brand new single Aperol Spritz, and we're at the point where the Kid LAROI is going to start teasing his brand new album. So we have a lot of interesting stuff. Like, comment, subscribe to both of my channels, join my Discord, follow me over on Twitch as well. So if you flash back to about a month ago when LAROI was in Sydney, Australia for the NRL performance, the stadium performance for rugby, you might remember LAROI wearing a Watch This jacket to walk out and perform the first song for. Well, that ended up being quite the clue, as that's something LAROI had previously tweeted as well. We thought maybe it was a name to something. I mean, last night LAROI finally confirmed that that's going to be the name to his next project, as he tweets out FL for Fuck Love, his first series of mixtapes, followed by The First Time, TFT, his first debut album, and now WT exclamation mark definitely means watch this. Also, another thing to mention is we are getting Watch This, of course. Don't forget about Scum, which he had previously, I don't even know, 2 years ago tweeted the same thing but with Scum in place of Watch This. That's turned into a passion project and something that he hasn't put out yet, so maybe we'll get it down the line. We definitely just need to focus on Watch This for now. It seems to be LAROI's next project, and I'm very intrigued. Also, because we mentioned The First Time just a minute ago, today is November 10th. It is the 1-year anniversary of LAROI's debut album, and I just want to say we've talked about this album for a couple years now on this channel leading up to its release, and now in the last year of listening to it and getting the deluxe and everything, it's just still to this day an album I always go back to. It's one of my all-time favorites. But as we've talked about in the last few months with the deluxe releasing and LAROI teasing this new project, giving us Aperol Spritz, which was my #1 grail. We got the music video to that. I'm still bumping that. If you saw my top 5 songs of October, that just made the list. In terms of pop singles that LAROI has put out this year and since this summer, I will say I think Girls was a slightly better track than Aperol Spritz, and I wonder if Aperol Spritz is gonna be one of the lead singles to this project. I definitely don't want a single where the single is something we've been listening to for years, potentially, if it's 1,000 Miles, or it's, you know, A Love Again or something we've been listening to 10 months before the project comes out. Then the singles do get a little bit burnt out, I will say. Hopefully that doesn't happen with Aperol Spritz, but I don't want to ignore these tweets from LAROI. As I did mention, he definitely has tweeted Watch This, as he tweeted hashtag Watch This, along with some other messages we've seen him post on his story and tweet, like, for the record, he has no clue when this album is coming out, but he's still working on it and the music will continue to drop. Perfectly fine. I want LAROI to keep working on it, take all the time he needs. He can wait until 2025 if he needs to drop this. I know he said 65% was one of the last things I mentioned in a LAROI video, but he obviously didn't get it done before tour starts, and he's still trying to keep this album fresh for us. I noticed him say that. I know he's overdone it with snippets, or given us a lot of great snippets that, you know, the whole time were never even meant to release, and it kind of blue balls the fans slightly. So he says no snippets, and if I post one, that shit is coming out. So with that in mind, LAROI pretty much immediately after previews this song called Slow Motion, and we know that Quavo has been in the studio with LAROI. They have some records. Slow Motion ends up being one of them. They drop a snippet together. You hear a little bit of Quavo's verse. It's kind of a pop and R&B type of vibe. And I definitely want this song to release. You know it's going to be LAROI's next release when he's spamming TikToks to it now. Also, I'm a big fan of Quavo and LAROI, and so I think that this will be really fun to see their first collab together, how the song ends up doing. I mean, hopefully it does, you know, release soon, potentially this November. I mentioned that Australia tour is actually starting maybe tonight for Australians at this point when you guys are watching this video, but tomorrow night, November 11th, is when the tour starts. Quavo and 1-4 are of course opening, and I believe that the Asia leg that was supposed to start a few weeks ago was what got canceled, or maybe it will be rescheduled in the future. Not exactly sure about that, but with tour in mind, we actually got a CDQ, a high quality snippet, if you want to call it that, from LAROI last night, and I'm in the same boat as a lot of you guys. I want this Nights Like This version, concert version, to release. If you've ever been to a LAROI show this year, you know that he has transitions and concert versions to a lot of songs, which are really nice. But I think Nights Like This, getting like a concert version or releasing that, you know, almost at the same time as Slow Motion, would be really, really dope. But let me know in the comments down below if you guys are going to see LAROI on tour, if you're excited for these upcoming tracks. Of course, we'll keep our eye on this Watch This rollout and see if anything happens. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of my video. I have a Twitter, Instagram. Go check me out there. Subscribe to both of my channels, and also join me on Discord, join me on Twitch. I'll catch you guys. Peace.